Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to look at another shocking case, the Kahler family tragedy. Can this crime be justified by a nervous disorder? In 1995, Kansas passed a law stating that an offender who committed a premeditated crime couldn't blame his actions on a mental disorder that made him unable to distinguish right from wrong. This law was enacted because many criminals tried to avoid punishment by claiming they weren't in control of their actions due to mental issues. The head of the once happy Kahler family attempted to use insanity as a defense to escape responsibility for the atrocities he committed, but he was found sane. Psychologists believe his actions were driven by jealousy, rage, and a desire for revenge against his ex-wife, who left him, and the daughters who supported her. Unfortunately, such crimes, motivated by jealousy and a pathological desire for revenge, are a common phenomenon worldwide. Statistics show these motives account for 1 in 8 crimes committed. The story of the Kahler family. James Craig Kahler was born in 1963 in Weatherford, Texas, and his future wife Karen was born in the same city in 1965. They met in the early 1980s at a Texas university, where Craig studied engineering and Karen was a freshman in humanities. They quickly bonded and began a romantic relationship. They seemed like the perfect couple, young and in love. They married modestly in the late 1980s, with close friends and family attending. Their first child, Emily, was born in 1991, followed by Lauren in 1993. They lived in a cozy house in Weatherford and were quite well off by local standards. In 1999, when Karen was pregnant with their third child, Craig received a lucrative job offer at a large utility company. His promotion coincided with the birth of their son, Sean, whom he adored. With a higher income, Craig bought a spacious house in a prestigious neighborhood and a reliable family car. Karen stayed at home, and Craig became the primary breadwinner. Outwardly, the family seemed perfect. The daughters, Emily and Lauren, were talented in sports and music, often participating in local events. Emily excelled in school and went to a prestigious pharmacy college, while Lauren dreamed of attending a conservatory. Sean was an inquisitive boy, interested in numismatics and aspiring to become an archaeologist. Craig provided for the family, Karen maintained a comfortable home, and they were active in their community, raising 3 wonderful children. However, behind this facade of perfection, there were many problems the family members kept hidden. In 2007, Karen admitted to her younger sister, Linda, that she was on the verge of a nervous breakdown. She complained that Craig had been controlling and monitoring her for years, and this control was increasing. Craig demanded a full accounting of all expenditures, from major purchases to everyday household expenses. Karen provided him with supermarket receipts, bank transaction data, and reported her whereabouts daily. The entire Kahler family lived on a strict schedule set by Craig. As time passed, Craig's obsession with control intensified, becoming increasingly demanding and selfish. Karen felt enslaved with no free time, only duties. She tried to meet all of Craig's demands, hoping he would loosen his control, but he seemed to enjoy it and was unwilling to change. Linda was deeply disturbed by her sister's revelations, as Craig had always seemed the perfect husband and father. However, Karen did not want to destroy her family, and she and her children were financially dependent on Craig. So, she decided to find a job to provide her with a stable income. Karen, despite her age and 3 children, was in great physical shape. She always adhered to good nutrition, followed diets, took care of herself, and jogged daily. Secretly from her husband, she enrolled in a local fitness club and began working out daily. It was her way of relieving stress and organizing her thoughts. Soon, the club's management noticed her dedication and offered her a position as a fitness instructor, with the possibility of an official contract. Karen was thrilled, as she could continue doing what she loved and earn a decent income. When Craig found out about her gym activities, Karen expected a scandal, but he surprisingly reacted calmly. He seemed pleased that she had found something to do and was earning her own money, as long as she was home when he arrived, cooked meals, and didn't disrupt their intimate life. Karen agreed to these conditions, valuing her newfound freedom. Unexpectedly, a romance blossomed between Karen and a new instructor at the gym, Sunny Rice. The 2 women quickly became friends, and for Karen, Sunny became a trusted confidant. Their friendship soon turned into a romantic relationship. Karen eventually decided to confess everything to Craig. He was puzzled by her revelation but reacted calmly. However, he later proposed that he join their relationship, hoping to add passion to their marriage. Karen and Sonny initially agreed but soon realized that for Craig, it was a game of dominance. The unusual love triangle didn't last long, and Craig was told he wasn't welcome. Feeling insulted, Craig demanded Karen end the affair, but she continued to date Sonny. After nearly 2 decades of marriage, Karen seemed ready to leave Craig for a new relationship. In the summer of 2008, Craig decided that moving to another state would be the best way to save his family. He found a job in Columbia, Missouri, and the family moved. He believed the move would end Karen's affair and restore their family life. The move was challenging, as the children had to adjust to new schools and a new city. Craig's new job doubled his salary, but he had more responsibilities. Despite the move, Karen and Sonny continued their relationship, meeting secretly. By then, Karen knew her marriage was over and divorce was imminent. They continued meeting until December 2008. During a New Year's Eve party, Karen and Sonny's behavior became noticeable, leading to a public confrontation with Craig. He felt humiliated in front of friends and colleagues, leading to a violent outburst. After returning home, the conflict continued, and Karen soon filed for divorce, demanding custody of the children. Craig tried to apologize and begged her to stay for the children's sake, but Karen was firm in her decision. As the divorce proceedings continued, Craig became more obsessed with Karen, stalking her and trying to control her every move. He lost his job and had to move in with his parents. With plenty of free time, he stalked Karen all day, leading her to take him to court to prevent him from approaching her. The tragedy culminated on Thanksgiving in November 2009. Karen took the children to visit her 89-year-old grandmother, Dorothy White, in Burlingame, Kansas. That evening, the police received reports of a suspicious van and gunshots at Dorothy's home. Neighbors saw a man enter the house and heard screams and gunshots. The police arrived to find Sean, terrified but unharmed, outside the house. Inside, they found Karen and her daughters dead, with Karen's grandmother critically injured. Sean was the only survivor. Craig was immediately put on the wanted list, and he was found the next morning, wandering in a wooded area. He confessed to the murders, blaming his actions on the emotional turmoil caused by his wife's affair and the loss of his family. Craig's trial began in December 2010. He tried to plead insanity, claiming he was in a difficult emotional state and didn't realize what he was doing. However, Kansas law no longer allowed an insanity defense for premeditated crimes.
Any of these could potentially explain the motives behind the attack, especially
he had planned the murders sparing only his son Sean. In August 2011, Craig was found guilty and sentenced to death. Despite numerous appeals, the verdict remains unchanged. Sean, who was 12 at the time, testified that he didn't want his father dead, despite the horror he experienced. After the deaths of his mother and sisters, Sean was taken in by his maternal grandmother. He has since grown up, completed his education, and decided to stay in his home state. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell for more shocking stories.